Hello, I'm Carl-Magnus Norden, founder and executive chairman of Volta Trucks. I'm delighted to welcome you to an introduction of our company and the journey we're on. Back in March 2016, Elon Musk unveiled the Tesla Model 3. We all know what happened. Within days, they attracted over 300,000 orders, and soon after, the rest of the car industry followed. At that point, I looked around and realized that while the car world was moving towards electric, nothing was happening in the commercial vehicle world, especially in last-mile logistics. This intrigued me because most air quality and safety issues we face are in city centers, where zero-emission trucks could bring maximum benefit. Statistics in London show that 4% of road miles are done by trucks, yet 26% of pedestrian fatalities and 78% of cyclist fatalities are attributed to trucks. This needed to change. It's because of the design of a traditional truck, where a driver sits high above a large engine and is therefore completely disconnected from vulnerable road users around them. When talking to fleet manager, they told me that they knew they wanted to embrace electrification, but didn't really know how to deal with the differences between running a diesel fleet and an electric fleet. They also taught me about the challenges of recruitment and retention of drivers in the industry. Traditional trucks can often present noisy, dangerous, and uncomfortable working conditions. Simply jumping down from the cab is known to risk serious injury. Significant technology shifts, as the one we see today, provides opportunities for innovators. By completely redesigning the truck, without the legacy of the past, we could make them safer to operate in cities, while at the same time addressing the air quality issues. We could also make drivers and fleet managers' lives easier, and above all, we could address the climate change issues. Climate change is a reality today, but we hear politicians talking about targets and predictions through to 2040. This we saw as an opportunity to do something positive for the world and for future generations. We decided that we wanted to accelerate change as soon as possible. We secured initial funding in 2019 and used most of that to build a running demonstrator vehicle. With such a revolutionary product, we wanted to clearly show the differences between the past and the future. We launched the demonstrator 16-ton Volta Zero on the 3rd of September 2020, just 15 months after starting the project, and then embarked on a European tour. Simultaneously, our engineers were working on the development of the real vehicle. In just 7 months, we designed, built, and began testing prototypes using real production technology. All that ahead of the pilot fleet vehicles that will commence real-world customer testing in mid-2022, followed by serious production at the end of that year. To bring vehicles to market as quickly as possible, we needed world-class partners. These industry-leading experts means that we can deliver the Volta Zero on time and to the highest quality standards from the first vehicle. Steyr Automotive is our manufacturing partner, who will play a huge part in this. Decades of experience building premium trucks and their existing infrastructure make them the perfect partner to build the Volta Zero and start delivering as quickly as possible. We're also partnering with Proterra to supply the high voltage battery, and I'm delighted to have them as investors on our journey. And Meritor, one of the world's leading axle manufacturers, are providing Europe's first e-axle that contains the motor, transmission and axle all in one unit. These are just a few of our partners, with future announcements to follow soon. As an entrepreneurial and progressive company, we will lead the market. To put our pace in context, normal vehicle development takes up to 7 years from the first design to serial production. For us, 22 months. That's the unprecedented pace required to address the climate crisis and deliver electric trucks that fulfills our customers' needs. To understand more about what lies ahead, I'd like to introduce you to Essa Al-Saleh, CEO of Volta Trucks.
Thank you, Carl-Magnus, for your vision and inspiration. The question I'm asked often is, why are we working at such a pace? The answer is clear. If we don't change and provide sustainable and safe urban trucks with a new service model, we will not be able to achieve our sustainability goals, nor create a safe and healthy environment for our children. And major cities are leading these efforts towards a sustainable and safe environment. From 2024, Paris will ban diesel engine trucks from the streets. This is amongst the world's most progressive announcement, so it's critical that our customers have zero-emission vehicles to be able to run their businesses. And with our plans, we'll be offering our trucks in Paris and London first, and then expanding to other European cities before reaching North America. So what are we doing? When you look at today's electric truck marketplace, there are few vehicles available in the mid-range segment between 7.5 ton and 18 ton, with much of the activity focused in the smaller 3.5 ton segment. Between 7.5 and 18 tons, we are the only company harnessing the benefits of electrification by designing from the ground up and addressing all the safety and sustainability issues of today's vehicles. It is our goal that by 2025, we will build a family of 4 electric trucks with all the design principles and benefits that you see today with the Volta Zero. The 16-ton truck comes first at the end of 2022, followed by the larger 18-ton vehicle. And then the 7.5 and 12-ton will join soon afterwards. In 2023, we will be manufacturing 5,000 trucks, and this will grow to over 27,000 trucks by 2025. Let's have a look at the truck in detail. We've designed the Volta Zero from a blank sheet of paper, and that's allowed us to reimagine the cab experience. This creates a much safer environment and more inspiring workspace for our drivers, as well as for other road users. Our driver sits in the central position, which makes maneuvering around the city streets much easier. Their line of vision is at 1.8 meters, the same as pedestrians and cyclists outside the vehicle, offering easy visual communication. Our unique glass house-style cab gives the driver 220 degrees of visibility to minimize blind spots and make the vehicle as safe as possible to drive in city centers. Having the central seat position means that the driver always steps down onto the pavement. And because they sit at a much lower than a traditional truck, a small step in and out of the cab is all that's required. The cab also offers sliding doors, so it's zero risk to passing cyclists and pedestrians. The use of the innovative e-axle allows the drivetrain to be contained at the rear of the vehicle. The battery can then be positioned in between the chassis rails of the truck, the safest possible location. This in contrast with retrofit electric trucks that use existing architecture to mount batteries on the outside of the vehicle and offers none of the safety benefits that we do. And finally, the cargo box, where the 16-ton Volta Zero will offer 8 tons of payload, accommodating 16 Euro pallets with an ambient or refrigerated option. The Volta Zero has a range of up to 200 kilometers, which is more than sufficient for city center distribution. This is based on deep engagement of our customer operational needs, which averages around 100 kilometers a day with a return to base model. Transitioning to electric brings complexity and potential misunderstanding of the changes that need to be made to bring such vehicles onto a fleet. To provide a seamless migration for fleet managers, Volta Trucks will offer Truck as a Service, or TaaS for short. TaaS bundles components into one simple arrangement. We are working with world-class partners to address all needs, including grid to charger electrical power, service and maintenance, financing and insurance, training, as well as managing vehicle data and telemetry. TaaS delivers a lower total cost of ownership compared to a diesel truck, as well as improving uptime. Ultimately, TaaS is designed to accelerate the transition to electric and reduce the risk to fleet managers that ensure that Volta Trucks can deliver both sustainability and profitability to our customers. Thank you for joining us on our journey, and we look forward to meeting you soon.